buckle up, put on an apron, because we're gonna be making this Lord of the Rings inspired dinner together. Yeah, come along. I hope this is good enough. I'm gonna mix half and half, gluten and no gluten flour. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the story of this recipe that I'm making right now, which is called Lembas Bread. And basically, if you were to imagine a bread that is so special, basically, that if you have one bite, you could just keep going with your energy levels all throughout the day, this would be it. And it was created by the Elves, actually. Okay, 65 grams of brown sugar. So, if you're wondering where Lembas Bread is mentioned, if I remember correctly, I think it's mentioned when Frodo and Sam go to Galadriel, and she offers them this Lembas Bread basically on the road, and they eat it all the way to destroying the One Ring, basically, and it keeps them not hungry and revitalized the whole time through. Okay, so those were all the dry ingredients, and now 100 grams of coconut oil. That is a lot. If you're asking me, on the dot, people. Just saying. I'm just going to mix this whole thing until it turns into crumbs. This is what the crumbs look like. I put in such jolly copyright-free music, I almost feel happy. Okay, now we mix. And worst comes to worst, we're gonna dig our hands in, but I'm gonna have to take off the these, which I actually think I will do as we speak. Well, that was messy, but it's alright. So, first of all, I have to knead the bread a little bit, so yeah. But in the meantime, I wanted to tell you guys about my love for the Lord of the Rings series, because it runs deep, and it's been running for the longest time. I have a baby picture that I'm really proud of, and I'm probably gonna pop up somewhere. Probably from my first birthday, where in the background on the TV you can actually see the Fellowship of the Ring running. I think it was the Fellowship of the Ring. But I've really loved the Lord of the Rings since I was a wee little lad, and the thing is, I've never dropped that obsession, just like other obsessions that have made up my personality. If you know, you know, to quote Jennifer Lopez. So, yep. And I mean, it's part of the reason why I wanted to become a writer, because that's the thing. I can create a world of my own, you know? If I'm displeased with the world as is right now, also don't judge my kneading skills, then I can always create a world of my own, and people can enjoy it and escape through it as I do. Bye bye, kiddo. See you in a while. Onto the rabbit stew, but it's not really rabbit stew because I'm gonna use mushrooms that are right here and right here. It's always such a joy cutting onions. It's beautiful. out of the oven and into the balcony. Right, okay, so now that I've chopped pretty much all the vegetables, I'm going to add the oil and saute some of the onion and garlic. Okay, pop off, I guess. And with that, I'm also going to tell you about this stew that I'm making, which originally is a rabbit stew, and it's made by Samwise Gamgee in The Two Towers, which is technically the second book in the Lord of the Rings series. Sorry for the sizzle. Without much to eat, basically, and on the road, Sam and Frodo get really hungry, and they have to find something to eat. Ultimately, Sam is the one that knows a bit more about cooking, and he's really good at catching rabbits, which in the book are actually called conies. Little fun fact about me, I absolutely hate celery. But I said I would give it a try. Just for the record, I wash my hands. It reminds me of Galadriel with... It's just that I'm a knockoff Galadriel while pouring water. Oh my god! It's okay, it's gonna have a little bit of water. I'm gonna do this so I don't splash all over the place. This is hard work. Sorry. These are my Gandalf noises. Jesus. It's okay, you know what? It has enough vegetables. I can spare some. Can I just... I may or may not have overestimated. I mean, I'm at the brim of this. This is, you know, it's great. What are you looking at? And now for a word from today's sponsor, Nobody from Nowhere. Is this what it's like to be a housewife? I don't like it. Don't get me wrong, I love cooking more than baking. Yeah. Okay, now this is gonna be our second to last recipe. It's another cake, except this time it's seed cake. 180 grams. Okay, so I've got there 240 milliliters of vegan milk, and basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna try to make some vegan buttermilk. My roommate's favorite thing, apple cider vinegar. I'm absolutely being sarcastic. Do not bring that thing near her or she will perish. She will screech, she will scream, like a vampire. Okay. This is kind of disgusting, not gonna lie. I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, and then in a big bowl I'm gonna add some vegetable oil. It's already measured out. And I'm actually using sweetener this time because, well, it's enough sugar, you know? And then we're gonna have to mix. Okay, now buttermilk goes in. Oh my god, this is foul. So, fun fact about this recipe, besides the fact that it was Bilbo's favorite, is that it is actually mentioned during the unexpected party that Bilbo hosts for Thorin and his company of dwarves. And if you're into the movie, that happens in the first movie, The Hobbit, with, what was his name? Martin Freeman. That's the one. And sorry, love you. I didn't forget you because I don't love you. And the seed cake is mentioned. The seed cake is also mentioned in the books, of course. Gandalf is actually really excited to go to Bilbo's home and enjoy that, so that's really nice. And funnily enough, sweet as it is, because it's got sugar and everything, again, it's actually got caraway seeds, which is really nice. Another one of my roommate's favorite, by the way, I think if there's one thing I'm only going to cook if it turns out great when my roommate is out of town, it's this, because I cannot. I also forgot to mention that seed cake was actually also just a popular type of cake in British culture during the time Tolkien was writing this. So it's also why it was often flavored with caraway seeds. Okay. 1 tablespoon of ground. I have ground caraway seeds, not too much though. Okay, cool. Okay. What you doing there? I realized would be nice to have a tiny themed dinner. So I think I'm gonna get dressed like a hobbit, do a tiny bit of makeup so it feels like it, put some perfume on, set the table for later, that's gonna happen, but and then have dinner with my mom and have her rate everything. I think that's good. A little sparkle on that inner corner. And then a little something on the lips. That was not a little something. I can also plop it on my nose like so. Because I love doing that. Very cute. Very demure. I changed it. I went with more of an elf look. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's kind of cute. Could lose these. And now the last recipe, which is the last beverage. It's gonna be the Elvish Miravor, which is basically this tonic, almost cordial kind of situation that the elves have made. And it's a very revitalizing kind of drink. Think of it like the energy drink of the elves. Just gonna turn on the heat, and then I'm gonna struggle with the caps. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one and not get it on myself. You know what? I'm gonna be right back. You just know it wouldn't be me if I didn't cut my finger on the one task that has nothing to do with knives. Apple juice. And you guessed it, or maybe you didn't. Pomegranate juice.
Home is behind the world ahead, and there are many paths to tread through shadow to the edge of the night, until the stars are all alight. Mist and shadow, cloud and shade, wolves have failed.